I'm better than ever. Literally, for us, it was like 5 seconds.
Not even.
And for you guys, it's a whole week. Mm-hmm. But get ready for part 2. You know, we were talking about girl best friends and guy best friends. So let's completely start with that. And guys, welcome back to Cuñis y Chisme con Café. So, Sazi, what is your opinion on girl best friends and guy best friends? Okay. Do you believe in it? Should your man have a girl best friend? Should you have a guy best friend? Take it away.
Okay. Before I start off, I do want to let you guys know that we did ask this question on our Instagram as a poll because we were preparing for this episode, and we had a lot of people answer, and we were very surprised by the answers.
Honestly,
no. I think we were more surprised by the people who answered what they chose. Mm-hmm. I saw some people as no. Some people as yeses, but majority, what did the majority end up choosing?
So, majority put, it's a no for me. But, I'm going to let you know that it was a really close one. So, 50% of you guys voted, it's a no from me. And 43% voted, it depends. And a 7% voted, it's okay. And for that person that voted, it's okay.
Oh my God. I know who it is, which is why it makes me laugh.
Sir,
it's
ma'am.
It's funny.
Okay. But, you know, I'm surprised. You know, we're not going to air anybody out on who said what. But like you said, I'm surprised about what the people answered. Not that they answered, because we love you guys. And thank you so much for answering it.
Yes.
But, wow. It, you know, makes me think a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Because, you know, there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever you like, whatever fits best for your relationships and for your mentality.
Definitely.
But I think we're both on the other side of that.
It's a no for me. To answer your question, I definitely do not think, I'm not on board with it. I don't do girl besties. I don't do guy besties. And I guess here's why. I definitely come from a place of boundaries, those lines can be blurred so quickly. Yeah. And I'm the type of person that I always think ahead. To avoid any type of consequences or any type of, you know, issues, drama from the beginning, I will avoid it from the get-go, like 100%. Which is why, for me, I'm okay with amiguitos, amiguitas. Mm-hmm. I do have guy friends who I barely talk to anyways. But sometimes they'll send me funny memes. Oh, I'll react. Haha, that was funny, bro. Okay, whatever. Sometimes same thing with Ethan. We'll have friends that are girls send him memes, and he'll be like...
And that's where I think there's a very big difference between being besties and being friends.
Oh, yes.
And that's, again, where we get into the point of boundaries. Yeah. Every freaking relationship has boundaries. Yeah. Relationship as in a couple, relationship as in a friendship, relationship even as like family. Yeah. Everything has boundaries. And people need to learn to start respecting them. Yes. And other people need to learn to start standing up for them. Yes. Myself included. I need to learn to start setting more boundaries, and not even just setting them, but sticking with them and reinforcing them. Because I think we set them, but reinforcing them is where people struggle.
Yeah. And it's just as important, honestly.
Because it's what continues to be it. You can't just say it, but, like, not stick with it. You know what I mean? It becomes, you know, the thing where you were saying.
It becomes a cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you can't
Nobody likes toxic cycles. Nobody likes it.
We're cutting them off. It's about to be 2024. Right?
Oh, yeah.
We need to get rid of it.
I'm going to do that right now. Cut.
Not me, please.
Obviously not you, girl. Who am I going to do the podcast with? I can't cut you off yet.
Your cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all heard her? Yo, this is supposed to be my friend. This is supposed to be my cuñi.
That's how you know I love you. If I can't do
That's how you know how easily I'm replaceable. But
girl, let's get into it. So yeah, it's a no for me. Definitely a no for me. I don't need no explanations. I don't need no maybe, buts, ifs. No. It's gonna be, it was no yesterday, it's no today, it's no tomorrow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for that really honest, brutal answer. Yeah, I appreciate
it. No,
no means no.
Yeah, no means no, and no excuses for it either. And same applies to me, because the same things I apply to my man, I 100% apply to me, even more so, because I feel like I'm a very conscious I'm very emotionally conscious, not only about my feelings, but about other people's feelings. As someone who doesn't like being vulnerable, I tend to be very emotionally conscious. And I'm very big on, if you don't want it to be done to you, please do not do it to me. Mm-hmm. You know, and same thing, if I wouldn't want it to be done to me, I'm not going to do it to you. So that's why for me, it's just, as I said, previously, it's just going to be no from the very beginning. If I can avoid it in general, I'm going to avoid it at all means.
Yeah, that's good though. Yeah. I don't know. I used to be an it depends girl. Yeah. And, I was very much the situation, because I also had guy best friends, and I really treasured those, because like I said, guys give a different perspective for us, as girls give a different perspective for guys. And me personally, I don't think I ever really had a situation where boundaries were crossed. And it wasn't until that situation happened that I had to change my mentality. And which is why now it's a no. Yeah. And I do strongly believe that friendship should be encouraged, and you should have friends, and you should have female friends. But now I'm very strict on, this is not a person you're going to be texting every day. This is a person that you literally will see every once in a while. Yeah. And even then, it's also going to be like, I don't know. I just find it weird to go hang out, just y'all.
Oh my God.
Like, I can't. No. Because but people are like, oh, but we're friends. And I used to be like, you know what, there are friends. But like, now I'm like, no. Because also it gets to the point where you meet girls who aren't girls. Yeah. And it just don't be hitting. And I'm very easily fooled. And I will accept that. I am dumb. I cannot see. So I will believe that you love me and that you have my best interest at heart when you were not. And you were literally stabbing me. And I feel like, no, they would literally be stabbing me in my face, and I would be like, I love you.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes.
Because it happened.
You have that trait. And I think, that, like, as you said before, it definitely comes from your people-pleasing kind of
which I'm trying to work on.
Yeah. And it's not to say that it's a bad thing, but it's definitely something you should take with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. Don't try to please everybody, because that's just unrealistic. You're never going to please anybody.
And that's been stressing me out, girl. So many people to please out here. Yeah. But, no. So, now it's a no. And I'm also in the part that if I don't want you to do it, I'm not going to do it either. And I don't. And now that we're like, me and my man are rebuilding friendships and are starting to have more friends, I'm also being very careful about the people that he's being friends with. Because, not to say I want to control who my man hangs out with, but I want him to be around people who are good for him and who are good. Because if you hang around with bums, no offense, you're gonna be a bum, or you are a bum. Like, I'm so sorry. You need, like, either be with people who have your same mentality, or be with people whose mentality you want to have, which is why I hang out with you, girl. But I want that for my man. So I want him to hang out with people who aspire to be more, because I want him to be more. And I want this to be like, me trying to push him to be better. Yeah. This is not me trying to control his life, but I know he's capable of so much that I just want him to be around the people that will give him that and will guide him towards that. Because I hang around with people who encourage me to do me, and I want people that will encourage him to do him. Ooh. Yeah, do me. Well, that's how my child came to be. Let's not get into that. This is now gonna be 21. This is PG-13. But yeah, I think that's a very important part, and this is something that you're gonna have to talk about. I can't believe that people don't talk about this in their relationships. You guys need to talk to each other. Y'all need to really, like, my man, like, he's like, why do we have to sit down and talk? And I'm like, because it's important, bro. And now we do. Now we sit down and we have our conversations. So what do you think about this? Because communication is key. It really is. And you need to learn that. And people just need to respect boundaries. 100%. And that's it. I think that's my last word on it. Just have boundaries. And to my man, you're not allowed to have girl best friends.
She said what she said.
And I won't take it back. Any girls watching this? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. His friend.
Please don't try it. Wait. Hi. That's another thing. Hold up. Sorry. Ooh. This just completely came into my mind. Because here's the thing. I would be. It depends, girl. If the girl. How do I say? If the girl acknowledged me. Mm-hmm. Because, and I say this because when I'm referring back to the video which started this all, is that friend number 1, which was the one doing the get ready with me video, talking about why she ghosted her friend, is that friend number 2 completely disregarded their friendship. Yeah. Because she got so focused on trying to, I don't know, get with the boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's a big red flag. Yeah. I would be perfectly fine with my man having girl that are friends if they were to acknowledge me in the relationship. But the reason why I had a problem with him being friends with this person in general was because that person never acknowledged me as his partner. To me, it was more so, oh, you're just somebody he's talking to. You're just there. Ooh. And that's a big red flag. Major. Because if I'm talking to a guy who's my friend and he has a girlfriend, I start treating the guy like shit and start praising the girl.
Because also 100%. That's where we get into it's a girl's girl. Yes. Like, I'm sorry, but even for I think I literally only have like 2 guy friends or like 1 guy friend. Mm-hmm. And I don't even talk to the guy friend that much. I think you know the guy friend I'm talking about.
I think I do.
Yeah. It's you know who you are if you're watching this. Yeah. But we don't even talk as much because, and this is also to him, that he knows and understands that we're in a relationship and it's very different. Mm-hmm. And just, I don't know. It comes like when I think about my situation and the way that, it would stem, and also the two-face that comes in it. Yes. Because you can be like, this person would come and say stuff to me. Like, when you're friends and you talk about your relationship. So sometimes I would talk about my relationship with this one person and she would give me one opinion and it would be like biased towards me. And then she would talk to my man. She would talk to my man about the issue, but be on his side. And I can't, now thinking back, I can't stand that because you need to have your opinions and stick with them. Yeah. You need to be honest. If you don't agree with me, then you don't agree with me. But say it to my face. Don't go behind my back and say it to my man. Which is, again, why, oh my God, I have so much anger pent up inside me. I know. I'm starting to get deep. Yeah. But, this person, she tricked me so hard. And this is why you gotta be careful now. Because people is so fake. And I can no longer stand it. I like the fact that I am able to say stuff about how I feel to you and behind your back. Like, I can say it vice versa. And I do. Like, if I have something to say, how you, like, when you say it, if I have something to say, I'm going to say it to your face. I'm not going to say it at all. Because if I can't say it to your face, then I'm not going to say it. Yeah. That's my thing. Mm-hmm. And just respect that. Don't be fake. Mm-hmm. I just can't. People are, ugh.
And that plays a big role into it as well. That whole, friend, like how I see friendships. If this person, for instance, using your example, you're talking to them and they're being biased towards you, but then go completely behind your back, that is not a girl's girl. That sounds like a hater to me.
Okay, Sazi, you know what? You should have woke me up. You should have slapped me when you saw that was happening. You was not a good friend.
I almost did.
I know.
I told you.
The thing is that
I told you.
You tell me if this is wrong, because when all of that was happening, there was a period when I think that I would try to talk to you about it, and you would stop. You would like, Annie, I don't want to talk about it, because you were so disappointed that I was talking about it, but like I wasn't doing anything about it. That I think that you just were like, I just want to stop talking because I'm gonna get mad.
I remember. Oh my God, I will, and I don't know why I will always remember this, but it's something that I sometimes even bring back up to my mom when I talk about things. I use it as an example. Okay. That's what I mean to say. And I remember we had just gotten out of work, and you were venting to me, and I told you, I said, Annie, I was like, I love you so much, and it hurts me to see you like this. And I've given you so much advice about what to do about the situation, But unfortunately, if you're not going to take that advice or do something about it, I just don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
I told you, I said, you're just going to have to drop this. I said, I'll be there for you. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I will be there for you. If you need someone to just talk to about anything else, whatever, even if you're like sad about this, but you mask it up as something else, 100% I'll be there. But if you're not going to change the situation or do something about it, unfortunately, I cannot keep seeing you like that. And it came more of a place from hurt because you were hurting.
And this situation
with you
hurt my heart.
I still remember when you told me about an incident that happened at your job with someone that told you something.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, even just thinking about it now, if you see me tear up, it's because I saw that.
It really hurt.
And for me, it was, it's so funny how how you said, how you are with your friends, that you show, like, you're a people's pleaser, and you love so hard, you expect that love back. Mm-hmm. Again, we couldn't be further away because I show my love so weirdly in friends. I tend to be more mean, a little bit more, okay, step back, like, but when it comes down to loving or defending, oh my God, I go hard for the friends I love. Yeah. For my friends, talk crap about me all you want, I really don't care. The minute someone says anything bad about my friends, bro, I take that so personal. And when you told me that, I didn't even want to speak to that person. Mm-hmm. I remember telling my man, like, if I see that person, I'm just going to say something to them. Because how the fuck could you do that? Yeah. And that, I remember coming home, telling my mom about it. Because me and my mom, we besties, you know, stuff. And I was telling her about it. I said, I'm so sad. I remember crying to my mom. Because how could anyone say that to someone, or, you know, put someone through that? It's so messed up, you know? So I was hurting with you, which is why I had to tell you, like...
You make my heart hurt right now.
I was like, Annie, you can't keep...
I know you love me.
It's like, you can't... All right, let's not do that. So, anyways, as I was saying...
She just ruined the video.
As I was saying...
But, yeah.
That, I think that's why I said it, because you were hurting so much that I started hurting with you. And I'm not a very vulnerable person. I don't like being vulnerable. And I was more so like, okay, I can't keep listening to this because I'm hurting with you, and I can't. Yeah, I can't change anything.
And it was one of the crucial things that I was like, you know, because again, you know, I didn't have a lot of people. Yeah. And for you to say that, it was kind of just like, damn, is it that bad? Yeah. And I had to really wake up and be like, I need to stop feeling sorry for myself and fix it. Mm-hmm. And I did. And I got a lot of hate for it, but I'm thankful that I did it. Yeah. And I still get sad, you know, when you think back to it. Oh, damn, that was really painful. Still painful. Mm-hmm. But it's always, you know, an experience that you go through and it makes you learn. And you know, now what I do or what I think about as friends, you might have mutual friends together, right? Yeah. And sometimes when you're with, so I'm going to use an example because it's so hard to talk about this without using an example. Mm-hmm. So we have a third mutual friend, right? Yes. Friend B. Mm-hmm. And it's you and me, and we all hang out. But friend B does something, and then later, when it's just you and me, we're talking about it. Mm-hmm. So here's the point. I understand that people are going to talk about people, and I get it. But there's a very big difference between talking bad about someone and talking about how you feel about the situation or the position, you know? Yeah. And now that's what I look at. I look at it is, if you come to me and are talking bad about a friend that you have, I know that you're talking bad about me with another friend. Yes. And that's what woke me up. And I was like, you know what? This person is talking bad about people that we are supposed to be friends with, that we're supposed to be cool. Mm-hmm. She's talking shit about me when I'm not around. Yes. And that is not what I do. And I now establish that. And I'm like, you know, I don't talk bad about anybody. Mm-hmm. But I do talk about how I feel. But now I'm also more careful about that. Mm-hmm. You know, because we are allowed to express our feelings, but we are not allowed to hurt other people. Yeah. And that, I feel like, I want to give that as a good...
I know I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah. I'm so much nicer.
Yeah, I'm the type of person that, I mean, I agree with everything that you just said. Mm-hmm. I will never trash talk to anyone behind their back. I would just tell them to their face. Like, you know when I'm trash talking about you because I would tell it to your face. Yeah. My friends know when I'm trash talking about them because I was telling them. I have nothing to hold back. I don't like keeping secrets. I don't like doing anything behind backs, because then I feel like that's too much to keep up with.
Yeah.
And I barely can keep up with my life. You think I'm gonna keep up with like bad talk? I can't. No. But if I don't like you and you don't respect me and I don't or not that we don't respect each other. Let's say we do. But if I don't like you and really I don't owe you anything, you don't owe me anything, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna air anything out. I will never ever do that. That to me, that's big, because that's happened to me. And when you put your trust in someone and you tell them something in confidence, okay. But if I don't like you, I'm gonna let people know. In that sense, no, I don't like this person, and I hope they know I don't like them.
I'm cracking up. I've only ever been that with the person that did this.
Yeah,
that's the only person
I have.
To other people.
Yeah.
To multiple people?
And like
that, I do want to build up. Do you think that, maybe for us, our men, but just men in general, contribute to this? Because we're talking so hard on the females.
Yeah.
But let me tell y'all, and I hate to say this. Well, I don't hate to say this. I actually love to say this. Men are trash. I love you, babe. I hope you're watching this. But you men are freaking trash.
I second that. So, okay. Yes. Men contribute to this just as much as women. Because I saw this one video, which I also posted on our Instagram, is that they spoke about how this could have all been avoided had the boyfriend put his foot down between friend number 1 and friend number 2. And that is 100% true. But this is where I'm going to come from. And I always say this. There's this book, there's this saying that's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And let me tell you something, that is spot on.
Yeah.
The way we women think is so different from how men think. And there may be some women who will probably watch this, and say, well, my man wasn't like that. Okay, that's fine. Because every man is different. But I can confidently say that majority of the men do not think the way that we do and do not function the way that
I do want to state in there that, it's a joke that women think more complex than men, but it's also reality. Some this is not me trying to defend the men, but sometimes they're so stupid.
And it's the way
they don't understand simple things, because girls are raised to know and understand and set that, and men just aren't. And that's, again, they weren't raised. Men are not raised to understand their emotions or talk about them or communicate, while as women we're raised people are like, oh, you women just love to talk. We were raised to talk.
And it's not just raising part, it has a lot to do with societal norms.
Yeah,
women are also objectified to think that for us we have to be more emotionally conscious, because we're going to be mothers, we're wives, we're sisters, this and that. So I'm not going to lie, we do have a lot more emotional burden, not because, women, we're complicated, but because that is how society makes it. And when you see guys, they're so far from reality at points. And I say this, and I speak from my own experience, that when I went through this, when I went through the whole girl best friend thing with my man, I remember I had written literally a whole essay on my notes.
I'm cracking up.
And I went point by point and why I felt the way that I felt. And it's so funny, because I'm going to say a joke for a second. You ever seen this freaking meme that goes around that this girl is basically telling him what happened, and she's saying, this is how I felt, this is why I felt that way, and I think this is how we can resolve it. And he says one thing, he's like, I didn't even get the Sprite though. You saying I got Sprite in the day and I didn't even get that. And it's so funny because it's true.
It's so true.
Men are like that.
And men focus on the wrong thing.
It's so funny.
Which is why, they tell you that you're not supposed to tell them all that. You're not supposed to throw them, because they honestly can't comprehend it.
Scientifically, they just can't. They're
so dumb. Just be straight up and say it. I'm sorry. I feel like, when I say I'm really nice and I'm not a hater, I think the only people I'm a hater to is men. I think that's my thing. And I'm not, I love men, trust.
It's okay.
But they're so dumb.
Yeah, no, they can be sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But, which is why communication is important. Because, as I said, I wrote a whole essay on my notes app. I literally, specifically, in detail, with evidence.
I'm cracking up. The screenshots were there.
Oh, yeah. Everything was there. Oh, my God. To what was said, to what was done, to reactions. Oh, my God. I put everything in that freaking essay when I spoke to him.
But you can't do your 10-page essay. That's due for your homework.
Let's not talk about that. So, that's the whole other.
You see how quick she cuts me off, guys?
So, anyways. So, I remember we sat right here. This is literally where I had my conversation with him. Yes. And I told him, and I said, okay. And I read off my notes app, and I said, this is how I feel. I read everything. And what I really appreciated about him is that, yes, he took accountability afterwards, but he told me, he was like, oh my God, I thought you were mad about something else. And I was like, you had no idea that this is what I was mad about. And he was like, I know. He's like, everything you said, I didn't even notice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so you didn't notice this, you didn't notice that, you didn't notice when she did this, you didn't notice any of that. And he told me, he was like, I did not. He said, I did notice when you started getting upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very petty at times. And at that time, I was a lot more petty because, again, I was still very, I'm not going to lie, I was still very toxic in that sense, where I was selfish. Like, you know what, if this guy can't do what I like, I'm not going to be with this guy. And I got so upset at him that day, the day that everything went down, that I literally turned my whole body to the other side. And I did not speak to him. I didn't acknowledge him. He would try to touch my leg, and I would, no, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't even breathe my way. And that's the one thing. He noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I noticed when you got upset. I noticed when you turned your body. He said, I noticed when you stopped speaking. And I like that he noticed that I was upset.
Mm-hmm.
But
you wish he would have noticed everything else.
Yes, I wish he would have noticed why I got upset. But again, I say, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And when I told him why I was upset, he's like, wow, I had no idea. But now that you mentioned it, I'm going to be conscious about it.
Which is where I think that we also have to state, because, this is one experience. But there will be other experiences out there where the men will know that they're doing it. And there's a very big difference. Don't think of this as excusing their behavior. If you talk to them and they're out here denying your allegations, no. Because you should never deny how I feel about a situation. And that's the major red flag.
Last episode, we did the 2 truths, 1 lie. Mm-hmm. This episode, I think we should leave off with another question. Mm-hmm. And the question I'm going to ask is, have you guys ever gone through this experience? Have you guys, I'm going to put 2 experiences. Have you guys ever been friend number 1, where you've had your partner be friends with someone, and that girl was not respectful of your boundaries? Did a lot of shady stuff that you just, you saw that and you were like, wait, she's not a girl's girl. Or 2, do you think you've ever been the friend to not be a girl's girl?
Mm-hmm. And please, answer honestly. No one, we're not going to be out here telling who wrote what. Just some interactiveness.
We just want you guys to interact with us, and then we just like to stem off of that.
It helps us build these conversations, guys. Look how long this freaking conversation was. I'm still gonna go back to that, but it was so good, and we thank you guys for bearing with us. And again, give us a follow, give us a like. We're on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio,
I love that we're on
and
that.
Overcast. So hop on over there, follow us, subscribe, like, and share. And we'll see you guys next time on Cuñis y Chisme con Café. Bye!